fatal turn. Torval had a little aphorism he offered in those moments when they were faced with hue and cry they'd rather not respond to. "Ours isn't to judge the call," he would usually say. "Ours is just to answer it." Thankfully, he didn't say the words now. He didn't need to. Rem sighed, nodded, gestured expansively. "Shall we?" Torval led the way, and Rem followed. Rem knew they'd find a familiar scene upon arrival. Geezer and Ricker, mutually blooded, one or the other, or both, armed with whatever hasty implement was at hand, a broken bottle, a frying pan, a bread knife, logs from the fireplace. They'd be shouting at one another, provoking each other with horrible names and curses, and when Rem and Torval tried to intervene, the truculent pair would inevitably come to one another's aid, as though their violent conflicts were some private tryst that Watchwarden interference violated the sanctity of. "Oi, now that's not right," Geezer might say. "We's just having a wrestle, Watchwardens. I'll not have you handling my lady love into your draughty dungeons over this, no, sirs." "No, no, no," Ricker might say, suddenly donning a mask of sweetness and light when, just moments before, she'd been threatening to make a coin purse of Geezer's bollock bag. "You misunderstand, lads. Geezer was just a bit pissed. Too much brew, you see, and he came home on a bit of a tear. It's all worked out now, sure as can be. We're terribly sorry for the upset. Can I offer some victuals for the road? Cooked myself just an hour or two ago." Rem and Torval had each tried more than once to get one or the other to admit to being scared of their partner, fearful for their life and safety, thus obligating an arrest and severe charges that might finally break the vicious cycle. Half the Watchwardens of the Fifth could attest to the injuries they'd seen the two wreak upon one another, the mess they'd made of their various rented rooms, the casual passers-by who'd been thumped headwise by flying objects intended for the snarling Ricker or her quarrelsome husband. Oh, sure, they'd been hauled in for disturbing the peace, property damage, and unintentional battery on strangers, but they always simply got a dressing down, laid out their coin, then were sent on their way. Again, and again. It made Rem want to vomit. They heard the commotion when they turned the corner. Curses, taunts, iron clanging, wood creaking, the crack of splinters, and the occasional strident crash of broken glass. A large crowd clogged the street before Geezer and Ricker's residence, a 3-story riser capable of housing 6 different families. Geezer and Ricker's window on the 2nd floor was brightly lit, and the sounds of their conflict spilled into the balmy night, offering a counterpoint to the distant thunder of a coming storm and the idle chatter of the gawkers. "Move!" Torval barked. "Ward watch coming through!" "He's killing her!" someone said. At that instant, from above, Rem clearly heard Ricker call her beloved Geezer a goddamn damp squib if ever there was one, all mouth and no trousers. Amen. The barbed tongue on that woman. "She's a menace, that one," an old man in the crowd said as Rem and Torval shouldered through. "Mark my words, if you lot don't lock her away, we'll find a baking Geezer in a pie one of these mornings. Just you wait." Rem leaned toward Torval. "If only—" Torval shook his head. "I swear, lad, if either one so much as frowns at me, I'll put them both on their backs and clap them in irons. We need an end to this." "We're not carrying irons," Rem pointed out. Torval shot him a vexed glare. "Don't be smart. Now, no mollygagging about this time, eh? We haul 'em in, period. Follow my lead." Rem nodded, and they moved through the dark, close little doorway of the block of flats. They passed through a short, stale-smelling vestibule, then mounted the dark stairs toward the 2nd floor. Above, the sounds of the brawl were loud but indistinct, dampened by several layers of wood beams and plaster. "A fool's errand," Rem said as they climbed. "They'll pay their fines, and once more be on their way, as always." "Then we need them to threaten someone other than each other," Torval countered. "Officers of the law, perhaps?" Rem stopped. Torval was a few stairs above him, looking back over his shoulder. Though the stairwell was dark, Rem thought he could see something like a sly smile on the dwarf's broad face. That didn't give him any confidence in the dwarf's scheme. "You're not serious?" Rem asked. Torval turned and kept climbing. "Just wait and see how serious I am."